Hi everyone, I am back with a little crafty craft here for you guys. I actually wanted to make this video because I am really proud of the things that I made. So if you don't know or have never heard of RedditGifts.com, a lot of people have heard of Reddit, which is like an online community. I'm really not on Reddit a lot, but I am on RedditGifts. About 5 years ago, like, I'm a serial gift giver. I think I've talked about that before on this channel before. And about 5 years ago, I was like, there has to be a place where I could just like randomly gift people things. Like, I don't know, it's weird. Like, I was like, I need this in my life. So I found Reddit Gifts, and what it is like an online secret Santa. You can choose to gift somebody in the US or outside of the US. And the biggest one is every Christmas is like the world's largest secret Santa. But throughout the year, like every, I think 3 or 4 months, they do themed gift exchanges. And you can participate or not, or whichever ones you want to. And in July, they have what's called the arbitrary day Secret Santa, which is just like the middle of the year Christmas, like Christmas in July type thing. So it's like an open-ended exchange. Like, there's no specific theme, just like at the Christmas. So this I wanted to read to you, and you randomly get matched, and the whole fun about it is like they ask you questions and stuff like that is shown to your Santa to help them know who you are, but you can also share links to your Reddit, to your Facebook, to your Twitter, to your Pinterest, to like an Amazon wish list type thing. But the fun part about it, that was a huge thing for a lot of people, is like you can stalk your Santa online. Like, you can find out about them and really personalize your gift. But a lot of people will just go to like Amazon and have them send them gifts and stuff like that, which I've done that because I find sometimes you get, like, if you want to be creative, I know this is another one of those videos where I'm talking and the picture is not changing. A lot of times you get gifties that like don't seem that, not that they're not that interesting, but there's not much to go off of to really create something. And sometimes like I don't have time to make things, but this happens to be like I would say probably my favorite gift to give, because a lot of it, like I've done one before where I've done handmade things, but not to this extent of me being this extremely proud of every single thing that I've made or about to make. So I'm going to show you some of the things, but I'm going to read to you the description my giftee gave me that I got. So it says, likes and dislikes. Dearest Santa, I am so sorry you got matched with someone who is both a minimalist and has an awful time asking for gifts. I hope this process is not too painful. I live in blah blah with my husband, toddler, and our wonderful dog. And I'm gonna yawn because I get tired when I read now that I'm old. Okay. We are all vegetarians, yes, even the dog, and try to be eco-friendly and earth-conscious in how we live. I love handmade over store-bought and experiences over things. I am not a fan of Amazon, as I am waiting for the day when they become our only retailer. We live in a very small house around 900 square feet, and thus try to keep our non-useful stuff to a minimum. Hobbies include running, gardening, hiking, throwing on my potter's wheel, playing board games, and being crafty, painting, sewing, cross-stitch, mixed media, etc. Please feel free to ask questions. So let's see. And it says the best gift I've ever received is anything handmade. So I was trying to think of like, what can I make that is both using materials that I already have, and something that's not going to take up space in their home, and something that is like useful to them. So, and now that I reread that, I still want to see if I can make something crafty for their dog before I mail this out tomorrow. But, so I'm going to show you so far what I have finished that I'm going to give. And I looked at previous gifts that they have received, and like, I think they collect clocks, and they've gotten a bunch of clocks. I guess they have a whole wall full of clocks. I discovered like her favorite color is green in my snooping, hence what is going to go on with this project here. So I know some of you have probably seen this, but I'm going to send this piece of artwork that I did previously, because it's tiny, so I figure it's not going to take a lot of space, and it's handmade by me. So, I mean, I really love this one too, but I figured this would be a cute little handmade part of the gift to give. Recently, I had bought a bunch of different molds to use for resin, and one of them was I have done it in another video. What is it called? What are these called? A coaster. A coaster. I just love how I forget things as soon as I need to remember what they are. Okay, I was not yawning at all today. This is going to be like a running joke from my video. Okay. So the first coaster I did, at first I was going to do coasters, and I was like going to go outside and get some leaves off the tree and be all environmental and random things around my house, and then I was like, oh, that's not going to be cute. So as I started creating this first coaster, I was like, you know what, this is perfect. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create 4 coasters that tell her about myself. There's like a little tiny gnat. So and I will tell and the one thing I want to do is I'm gonna write this in a little card I'm going to send her. Oh my god, I'm going to go crazy. But I wanted to do it like in a video and show, because like I said, I'm very proud of these things that I've made. So it first started out with this side, and if you can see it, it has little pink hearts. You might not, let me see if I can. There's like little iridescent blue stars in there with some chunks of like almost, I want to say like a halo type iridescent chunks. And what they are, do I have any close? I don't think so. I'll have to, well, so I was like, okay, the first thing this is telling her about me is how much like I obsessively love like glitter and sparkly things. So this was the first layer that I had put down, and I was planning on building upon this because this was actually leftover from another piece that I'm going to show you. So I just laid this down as the base of this coaster, and then I put down the glitter in the background. So then if you turn it over, this is what the front looks like. I'm trying to get it without reflecting my light. So what this part of the coaster represents, the story, is this woman and this child is actually representing her and her daughter, but then there is 3 butterflies, like there's a small one up there, so big one, medium, and small. These butterflies are representing my 3 children, and then I have some like jewels in there with some beautiful iridescent gold glitter, framing the picture and sprinkled around. So this was the first coaster that I created. So this is nice and hard and everything. So I was very, very proud of that. And I think I got some, like, yeah, little rhinestones in there too. So that's the first coaster I created. The second coaster I created, this is the thickest one because there was a defect in the resin when I was finished, and I had to like put tape around it and build up the resin. So this one is actually made of real candy sprinkles. These are my favorite sprinkle. I don't like the other little line ones. This is my favorite sprinkle in the world. So the bottom, there's a layer of all the candy sprinkles, and on the top is some, they're actually like buttons that I've had. I have a couple more, but they're like candy buttons that are ice cream cones, and the color of the ice cream is like covered in glitter. So I thought this would is a representation of like my sweet tooth and my favorite candy sprinkles and everything. So I thought that would be a really cute coaster. So that was the second one I made. The third one I made is pennies, because pennies are a huge deal in my life. As you can see, I have my lucky penny tattoo with my dad's year of birth. I don't know if I've shared that before. So pennies are a huge thing, and in my family we have this saying, you know, pennies from heaven, and a lot of times it's a big deal for me finding a penny on the ground, especially when I'm having a hard time in life. I tend to find pennies, and in my mind those are from my dad, and I say, okay, Dad, everything's gonna be okay. I understand, I get it. I will relax a little bit. So pennies is a huge deal for me, so I thought this would be a cute thing, and I put some iridescent silver tiny glitter flecks in there with some of the iridescent big ones, kind of, you know, little whimsical with the pennies. So that was the third one that I thought was really cute. And then the fourth one is a bunch of crystals that are for jewelry making. And I thought, oh, those will fit perfectly in there because I collect crystals and stones. And I got some, oh, that's upside down, because I got some little peace sign jewelry, peace signs, and I don't know if you can see them, but there's a bunch of little silver beads in here, jewelry beads, and I added some of that iridescent flakes from the first one, and obviously I'm obsessed with glitter. So this is, and I love how you can see through these, like this one a lot, and the penny one that you can see through them. I think it's really cool. So these are the 4 coasters that I made for my giftie. So she's going to have the mini painting and the 4 coasters. And then one of the other molds that I got, it was a jewelry box mold. So this one, it has a little teddy bear built on it. So I'm obsessed with this like silver, anything iridescent. Like, I'm absolutely obsessed. So I did the teddy bear in the silver iridescent glitter, the really fine glitter. And then the background is, and you can see through it, is what I used. I poured this, and I had some left over, so that's what the bottom of this is, so it kind of matches. So the lid you can see through, and it has the pink hearts at the back all the chunky iridescent glitter. And then, so when I poured this silver, so I had some left, so I poured it on the top part of the bottom of this little jewelry box. And the bottom of this again is the same that's on here. So I'm obsessed with this. I was like, oh, should I give it? Should I give it? Should I give it? I was doing another one that I was thinking of giving her daughter instead. Let me grab it real quick. Yep. Oh my gosh, did that fly that's been bugging me all day make an appearance? See, like, and I also have like a silver teddy bear by itself. And a little gummy bear. But I also got another jewelry box mold where the top is flat. So this one has some iridescent cupcake stickers with a bunch of the iridescent gold. So I wasn't sure if I should do the teddy bear one or the cupcake one. But I think I'm going to do the teddy bear one because it matches the coaster. But this one has a bunch of, you can't really see it on here, but I have some other like chunks of glitter. Like there's orange hollow hearts and yellow hollow stars. So I think I'm going to do like, I have this like dark blue glitter, tiny piece, it's like tiny glitter that I was thinking of doing on the bottom part for this one. So it looks like the paper part of the cupcake that wraps around the bottom of the cupcake. So I think that will look cute. So anyways, that was what I have done so far. Let me put these away. And I wanted to make her a necklace. So this is one I previously made, and I might have shown this one before. This one is made out of labradorite stone with some crystals in between, and labradorite is one of like my all-time favorite stones. I'm just obsessed with it. So I made this previously to sell, and I just fell in love with it that I was like, nope, this is one I keep for myself. So, actually, I'm going to use this to measure length when I'm done. So for her necklace, since she is, let me see here, since she likes the color green, I went into my natural stone beads to see what I had. I wish I had more moss agate because that is another one of my all-time favorite natural stones. But what I do have a ton of is Unikite, which I believe I'm saying that correctly, but it is a green color with some orange. So I'm going to use that with some of these beautiful like emerald green crystals. And then I have these little like spacers that have like the iridescent stones in them. Excuse me, my throat got itchy all of a sudden. I always add these really cute hearts to my pieces that say, I don't think you can see it, but it says made with love. And then for the clasp, I am going to use this magnetic clasp that's really cute. It's round and has some little metal swirls on it and stuff. So I couldn't find the regular clear, it's not wire, but it's like a plastic thread that I use. But this is also a clear plastic jewelry thread. It's just a little, has like a little elasticity to it. So I'm going to use this so that I can get it made. And I was just, before I started I was coming up with some ideas on the pattern I was going to do. And I think I found one, so I'm going to start threading these pieces together, and then I'll show you what it is going to look like. And just so you know, a lot of times the reason why I always do it, and why you should do it if you work with the natural stone beads, you should never have the natural stone beads touching each other without like some sort of spacer in between, because the rubbing of the stone together will break it down over time. So that is one thing I learned making jewelry with the stone beads. And whilst I'm doing this, I'm going to include in her little card, or you know, stuff that I'm going to write to her, the meaning behind this stone, because I'm really big into like the meanings behind the stones, the natural healing properties of stones. Come on, wasn't coming out. So the Unakite jasper, the meaning behind it is the saying, what comes together belongs together. So I thought that was really pretty. And then the healing properties behind the Unakite stone, it is the stone of vision. It balances emotions with oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to say this. Spirituality. There we go. I felt like I was gonna get tongue-tied all of a sudden. So when I was trying to figure out how I was going to lay these out, it's like I didn't want to just, this one, the labradorite one, is pretty, it's not plain, but it's a simple little pattern, and I think it works for that stone just because it's a gray with like an iridescent sheen when you move it, and same as the crystals that I used for it, so it kind of like, it looks fancy with just the simple pattern, whereas the Unakite is more of like, I want to say a naturally plain. It's nothing really fancy about the stone, so I kind of wanted to dress it up. And normally I use smaller crystals, but the only green crystals I had were these bigger ones. And I didn't want it to look like I just kind of threw it together. I want it to kind of look a little fancy, to where she can really feel dressy wearing it. So I'm going to take this section and show you up close the pattern. I don't know if it's focused. The pattern that I chose for the necklace, I think it's gonna look really fancy, to where she can really like, I think this would look absolutely gorgeous if you paired this with like a simple black dress. Like any kind of like, you can do like a simple cotton black dress, or like a really sheer satin black dress. Either way, it's either gonna like, it's just gonna be absolutely like blingy blingy on it. I absolutely love it. This makes me want to make more jewelry. So I'm going to, I think I talked about this in either the last video or the video before. I think what I'm going to do is stuff like this. I'm going to focus. I like how I had like an accent coming out of that real quick. Focus mostly on doing my reborns and learning how to do the Blythe dolls. But I have so much other creative materials, so to say, like resin. I love working with resin. I have like all these natural stone, like my natural stone beads. I swear I probably bought them like 8 years ago, and I still have them because I haven't done anything with them. So I think I'm going to use up these materials in projects like this, like gift giving, and from time to time I'll probably make things and put them on my Etsy, which I just kind of like revamped, and put my reborns that I have currently for sale on there. I have stuff I need to finish up for my daughter. I don't know if I talked about this either. Hello? I can't remember. My daughter really wants to go. She's going into 8th grade. My oldest daughter is going into 8th grade this coming year, and she really wants to go on the 8th grade DC trip. And I was like, okay, I'm really gonna work hard to do this for you, and I'm going because. And she was like, oh, Mom, I don't want you to go. Like, I totally want to be with my friends and hang out. And I'm like, you know what, girl? Mama's going for Mama. Mama's not going for you. Because when I was in 8th grade, I really wanted to go on my 8th grade DC trip. But I knew my mom didn't have the money, so I didn't even bother to ask. So I have been, I think I did, because I remember showing you guys some stuff. Duh. I have a bad memory sometimes. Anyways, so I have stuff that I need to finish up so that I can post on my Etsy that's going to go towards the DC trip. I have been working on my Twitch profile and everything, and my schedule, and everything that gets donated through my Twitch will be going to the DC trip. I am stressing because of the Rose Doll show was just like 2 weeks ago, and they already posted next year's, and it's almost already sold out, and I was like totally dead set on going to the Rose Doll show next year, and now I don't even know if I can, because there might not even be any booths or tables left by the time I can pay for it, because this year they're not taking any deposits. You have to pay in full, and that's not supposed to be on there yet. So I wanted to come on here and show this. And what I will have to do is, since we're at almost 30 minutes, I am going to cut this off, not cut the necklace off, but cut the video off and finish making it real quick, and then I'll post a finished picture at the end, because I want to hurry up and make this so that I can make another video about, the topic will be about reborns. But I want to hurry up and get that done today, because today I'm cleaning and getting stuff ready for tomorrow. And I wanted to talk about some things because I am planning on, the plan is to be streaming on Twitch tomorrow and working on reborns. So I will be working on reborns live on Twitch tomorrow. So I will leave you guys with that, and so I can finish this and make the other video. So I will see you guys shortly.